Alright, welcome back to another episode of Killa Killa Curtain Call. In the previous episode, technically 2 episodes ago, the Cultural Festival has begun. But in the previous one, well, we heard some of the performances at the very least. And some of those performances that we heard were mainly just Maejima's fan group. Honda's was kept. And speaking of their performances, Honda sucked. Maejima and friends, that includes the girl Genius and Julie, they performed great. So it went pretty much how I expected, if I'm gonna be honest with you. Except for the fact that, well, I didn't expect for Honda himself to actually suck at singing and using the bass guitar, especially after practicing. Maybe he needs a better teacher like Shikanotsuke Maejima, perhaps? And speaking once more of Honda, he decided that he wanted to form a band, a proper one, for a contest of some sorts. And so he did, and it not only includes his friend Kazu, but a guy he really hates, and the guy's friend. What are the names again? Give me a second. Akihira and Shoki. Those are the 2 guys that had the Tara, surprisingly. And what's even more surprising, well, the 2 guys that he hates actually just generally accepted. And so far, it's not going really well. Honda's guitar skills suck, vocals chill. Kazu needs to catch up according to the dialogue and be a little bit more faster. Shoki's drums feel mechanical. And, well, the guy that we really hate, Akihira, well, so far he showed that he was in his own world, doing his own thing. But hey, maybe in time they will improve. They will find what works for them, and they will be a great band. We shall see. Anyways, time to continue on. Summer vacation was finally here, but it was no vacation for us. We didn't have time to play around. Everyone, we're performing live.
Live?
Oh shit. All 3 of them blinked in surprise. Yoink. Why do you look so stunned? Wrong button. Isn't this the part where everyone jumps with joy? If my cameras are like this now, I'm really worried about their upcoming battles.
ライブって何の？
Look at the people.
路上か。
No, at the live house.
ライブハウス？そんなに簡単に出られるものなのか？
No, it's not. But they just had someone cancel and open up a spot this week. So I put our names down for it. Great time like this could only be called God's will. I really wanted to experience performing live on stage with these new members before the main performance. So once I heard about the opening, I begged them to let us perform.
今週末とはまた急だな。
I was waiting to hear their praise, but they all fell silent. We finally have a chance to perform, so why does everyone look like they're at the wait? Why do you think? Hey, what's wrong? Isn't it great that we managed to get a gig at the live house? Sure, it is sudden, but a chance like this rarely comes along. We were lucky. If we don't make good use of this chance, we won't have a shot at victory.
それはそうだろうね。でも、あんまり急な話だからさ。
What? Are you scared?
ビビってるわけじゃないけど。
Guys would never like to stand out that much. Live houses aren't exactly pretty either. Some people even think they're scary. leaving Kazu aside. You're not one to be scared of it, are you, Ibuka? You're satisfied as long as you can stand out, aren't you?
ま、そりゃそうだけどさ。でもお前、そういうことは勝手に決めてくるなよ。一言ぐらい俺たちに相談したらどうだ？
Yeah, that's pretty true. God, I did decide also in the band on his own. What? You don't want to perform? This time I was perplexed by Ibuka's lack of enthusiasm. I thought at least she would be happy. That's not the problem, you idiot. Why don't you look happy?
俺はさ、どうせやるなら最高の状態でやりたいんだ。最高のパフォーマンスを見せるにはそれなりの準備がいるだろう。せっかく見に来てくれる子たちをがっかりさせるわけにはいかないからな。
Okay. Ibuka was already acting and talking like a star. Well, I did prefer to spend a lot of time preparing and practicing until I was satisfied too. But we don't have that kind of time. We can't afford to push anything off until later. Our true test is the contest at the end of the summer break. The point of this live is to test our courage. Consider perfection to be a second priority.
何よ偉そうに。俺は情けないステージをやるつもりはないぞ。
確かにな。1週間もないのではちょっと時間がなさすぎる。
Yeah.
そうだよね。
Hey, what are you whining now for? You're all pathetic. Isn't the bet all about live performances? When a rocker has a live performance and a lover in danger, he leaves the lover behind and performs.
じゃあもしゆいちゃんが既得になってもゆいちゃんのとこに行かないの？
Idiot, of course it's a go to her.
なんだそりゃ。お前言ってることむちゃくちゃだぞ。
It's not a first contradiction. It's also the freedom part that he was talking about while he was inviting you and your friend to his band. In a previous episode, what are you laughing about? You would never be in any danger. So that what if scenario means nothing. Okay.
わけわかんねえ。
むちゃくちゃだな。
Everyone looked at me with amazement. I was merely stating the obvious, so why didn't he understand? Well, at least I'm used to this by now. Anyways, we're performing live. We need to build up experience.
実践経験が皆無なのも確かだがな。俺も秋広もライブの経験はないし。
それを言ったら僕だってそうだけど。
Compared to you guys, it's like I just started growing chest hair. Well, experience was my big failure at the cultural festival. That's why I know we're lacking experience. If you ask me, I do see live performances are like fights. All your practice doesn't mean shit if you get scared and back down when the time comes. However, if you have plenty of experience, then you can put on a decent performance even without much technique.
そういうものかな。
信じちゃダメよ、そんなやつの言うこと。
Hi, Yuko. Just as I heard that sarcastic voice, I saw Maejima standing there. Yui was here too.
経験のないやつが何偉そうに語ってるのよ。
Can't disagree. Shut up, don't eavesdrop.
本田くんたちも来てたんだ。奇遇だね。
Yeah, it's almost like I'm stalking us, Hana-kun. It's destiny for us to meet here. Let's get married.
それはちょっと。
Well, I casually proposed and got shot down. Ah, hell.
お前振られちゃったな。
Yep. Shut up, I was just joking.
冗談だって。私もてあそばれてる？たく、相変わらずふざけたやつね。こんなやつさっさと振っちゃいなさいよ。
もう今振られたけどね。
ああ、そうだっけ？で、その振られ虫が何実践について語ってたのよ。
I'm not a rejected loser. Anyways, the truth is...
本田くんたちのバンド、ライブするの？
After I explained the situation, Yui and Maejima were surprised. I felt kinda proud. Yeah, seems there was an opening of the live house.
そうなんだ。この前できたばっかりのバンドなのに、もうライブをするなんてすごいね。ちょっと無謀すぎるんじゃないの？あんたたち練習でだってまだそれほど合わせたわけじゃないんでしょ？
Unlike Yui, who gave us honest praise, Maejima was completely pessimistic about it. What is what she's saying wrong?
やっぱり優子ちゃんもそう思う？俺らもそう言ってるんだけど、こいつ聞かなくてさ。
ゆうこちゃん？
Ibuka spoke like he was a close friend of hers, but they both just met the other day, didn't they?
優子ちゃんで会ってるよね。俺、伊深明宏。今度、俺のベース聴かせてあげるよ。
I guess handsome guys are shameless. Even Maejima was taken aback. That's not an easy thing to do. In fact, I don't think Yuko-chan fits Maejima's image, Ibuka. It just sounds creepy.
あのね、ベースなら私もやってるから間に合ってるわよ。
あ、優子ちゃんも
Give
ベ
it a
ース
listen,
なんだ。
actually.
奇遇だな。
Despite how narcissism filled of a person he is, yeah, but what he played sounds pretty good.
第二文芸部だって？すごいね。きっとベースうまいんだろうね。
She does.
別にそれほどでもないけど。
What is this strange atmosphere? Why is Ibuka talking to Maejima like that?
病気だ。気にするな。
Matsushita spoke calmly, as if it didn't concern him. It seemed like she was used to this happening.
イブカくん、ゆうちゃんのこと好きなの？
そうなの？
Both of them are sincerely surprised. It's nothing nice like that. He's just flirting, nothing else.
明宏はただ不女子にキャーキャー言われるのが好きなんだ。
Kya.
俺、気の強そうな子って結構タイプなんだよね。ねえねえ、今度俺とデートしない？
Why is he asking her on a date all of a sudden? How can he be so shameless? If he had even a scrap of his boldness, I might be dating Yui by now. I almost wanted him to share a little with me.
ごめん、悪いけど興味ないわ。
However, Ibuka was rejected the spot. Time stopped. For him at least. First time, Ibuka had never expected Maejima to respond like that, and completely froze. He could not make a sound. Well, he picked the wrong girl. A girl like Maejima won't fall for his usual tricks.
なんかこれ固まっちゃったけど、いいの？
Probably not for a while.
気にしないでくれ。明宏にはいい薬だ。
ねえねえ、イブカくん、今振られちゃったの？
I'm a 400. Hell yeah. Got him. Ibuka dropped his head on the table and stopped moving. I guess Kazu's line really did him in. Looks like that was the final blow.
そのようだ。早川も優しそうな顔をして酷なことを。
僕のせいなの？
振ったの振られたのって大げさね。
Oh, but it's okay when it's time, huh? Maejima didn't seem to care at all. He just confessed, so why is she so unmoved? Maybe she has no emotion? Speaking of which, I've never heard of Maejima being with anyone. You're not a lesbian, are you?
なにその言い草。私がレズだったらとっくにユイに手を出してるわよ。
It seems everybody wants it in some way. What? I was speechless. I quickly stopped myself from imagining Maejima Yuko doing something naughty. Yeah, how dare you do that and not show it the rest of their class? Don't joke like that. You're not doing anything perverted to Yui, are you?
あ、赤くなってる。
I'm not.
なってるよ。変な想像しないでよね。そんな怒るぐらいだったら人のこと気安くレズだなんて中傷しないことね。
Quiet, you wicked woman.
ねえ、あんまり騒がないでよ。周りのお客さんに迷惑だよ。
I looked around and saw a group of three college girls looking at us and whispering. I threatened them with a glare.
こら、威嚇すんな。ったく、そんなだからユイに嫌われんのよ。
Ugh, someday I'll make her look at me.
今嫌われているというのは認めているのだな。
何しろ2メートル以内に近寄れないんで。
2メートル？
なんだそりゃ。
Akira, you didn't know the story since you looked at me with curiosity? Well, there's no reason for me to tell them about my embarrassment. You'll take the top prize at the contest and I'll make Yui look at me. That's why I dropped our name on this performance and why we're going to put our energy into it. Guys?
お前のためにやるのかよ。
バンドを私物化しているな。
It is my band.
よくまあいつもそう大口ばっかり叩いてられるわね。
These guys just won't stop complaining. Oh well, but just put on a good performance and that will quiet them down.
でもさ、
Right.
ライブハウスに出演するとなるとチケット買い取りでしょ？ノルマさばけるわけ？
Oh yeah, that. Usually the band performing at the live house is responsible for the tickets. They have to sell the tickets themselves, but they also keep the profit. Oh. Yeah, that also means that if they don't sell out, the band has to cover the price of the unsold tickets. Yeesh.
ノルマってどのぐらいなの？
Wait, let me read the... Do they, huh? Kinda felt like they didn't. At least the original D2B band. And they had to find other means to make money in order to stay where they were. Oh, it's not much, it's just 30 tickets. If we split it up, that's nothing, right?
まあそのぐらいなら。
まあ俺が一声かければ来たいって女の子はいくらでもいるけどさ。
That's true. Ibuka would have no problem selling them. Usually has a lot of girls saying God in the anyways.
うちの檀家関係にそういうのが好きな知り合いがいるのでな。こちらもなんとかなるだろう。
Looks like Matsushita knew plenty of people too. That sounded promising.
じゃあ当てがないのは僕たちだけだね。
Kazu was already boring. Neither Kazu nor I knew anyone who cared for this. I'll be fine, but Kazu isn't good at pushing topics. I bet he'll have a hard time selling his tickets. It's alright, don't worry. We'll just sell our tickets to the locals.
その辺でって知らない人に売るの？
Do you know anyone who would buy them?
ちょっと思いつかないけど。
Then you'll have to sell them to strangers. Anyways, as long as we call out to a lot of people, I'm sure we'll be able to sell them. All we need is numbers. A single ticket costs 1,500 yen. Only 7 pounds. Well, at our time, everything was pretty cheap, so... What we don't sell, we'll have to pay for ourselves. We have to sell them all.
なあ、チケットって今持ってるんだろ？ちょっと見せてみろよ。
Sure, hold on a second. I took the tickets out of the envelope and passed everyone to share. They all complained, but they were still interested in the tickets.
へえ、これがチケットなんだ。なんだか本格的だね。
なんだか売るのがもったいないようだな。1枚は記念に取っておくか。
Oh, I got them. I do like to have as many people to come as possible, so please sell them all.
その点、俺なんかこれだけの枚数じゃ足りるかどうか。
Ibuka stopped mid-sentence and stared at the ticket closely.
おい、ちょっと待て。これはなんだ？
What? With an angry look on his face, Ibuka pointed to the front of the ticket. Of course, that's exactly where our band name was printed.
スーパーロックンローラーズ。あれ？この名前って。
全員一致で却下になったはずではなかったか？それがなぜここに？
おい、どういうことだ？
Everyone give me a piercing look. I didn't think people could look at their fellow band members like that. Well, in their case, it's fair enough.
あんたやったわね。
Maejima looked at me and spoke like she knew everything. It was 1 against 4. I couldn't believe no one was on my side. Oh, come on! There isn't a better name for our band this name.
それはお前の勝手な思い込みだろうが。俺たちはこんなダサい名前は嫌だって言ったよな。
I don't think it is lame. Those are the better the babe needs a simple yet bold name.
なんで満足げなんだよ。ふざけんな。すぐ訂正してこい。
Don't be unreasonable. It's already printed, so we can't change it that easily.
土下座でも何でもして直してもらってこい。こんなチケットファンの子たちががっかりするだろうが。
Like I care.
ああ、喧嘩しないでよ。
前途多難ね、これは。大丈夫かな。
Maybe. I have a new appreciation for salesmen. It's really hard to sell something to strangers. I found that out firsthand today. I haven't managed to sell a single ticket. No one single measly ticket. I started out by giving a call to guys from my class and people I knew, but no one bought any. Besides, who would want to see someone they barely knew perform live, even if it was free? I know I wouldn't. And there's no way to do want to come if you told them to pay money for it. I actually had some people yell at me to buzz off. If I kept it up, I wouldn't have any friends. Well, I don't have any to begin with, actually. That's why I'm having troubles now.
本当、困っちゃったね。
Cousin was on the verge of tears. Our cousin nor I knew anyone who had an interest in seeing, click too fast, seeing a punk rock band perform live. Furthermore, it was summer break. Without school, it was hard to see the people we did know.
やっぱりゆうちゃんたちに頼んでみたらどうかな。
You're still saying that? Cousin keeps insisting on it, but I absolutely refuse. Maejima is one of the second literature club members. They're our greatest rivals in the upcoming contest. Okay. I told you I don't want to accept charity from our enemies.
ゆうちゃんたちは敵じゃないと思うけどな。じゃあ、ゆいちゃんも敵ってことになるよ。
Katsu was pouting. He probably thought he had hit my weak spot. He can be so childish sometimes, like you're one of the dumbass. If you ask the girls in our class, they do say that's what make him cute, though. Katsu, throw away your idea of fun. Sure, if we ask Maejima, she do complain and buy a ticket or two for us. Not only that, Maejima does have a caring, big sisterly side, so she do probably ask the rest of the girls, right? Music lab too. Yui is an angel. She do probably get an advance on her allowance if she had to in order to buy one. She might even buy one from both me and Kazu. But I don't want to take this the easy way out. Besides, I don't want to push our money problems onto our friends either.
それは一理あるけど。でも、そっちのつてを封印しちゃうと、僕たち、本当にチケット買ってくれそうな知り合いっていないんだよ。
You know, I'm kinda glad that you said that, honestly. You're not a complete idiot, I suppose. Kazu was worried. I smiled to try and reassure him. That's why you can't limit yourself to people you know? Look at how many other people there are here in the world. I spread out my arms. Since summer break just began, there was a countless number of young people walking around in front of the station like they were in the prime of their life.
もしかして、知らない人に声をかけるの？
He was asking that a million times, this one, but yes. Since Kazu wasn't great at this kind of thing, he was already afraid before we even started. Don't give me that look! Since they're strangers will probably never see them again. Who cares about those strangers who doesn't like you? That's why you can be a little forceful in selling them.
そんなことしたくないよ。
Kazu, you have good looks, so I'm sure you can get a few young girls to stop for you. Then you just get them to buy the ticket.
やだよ、そんなの。それって違法じゃないの？
Aim for the older, slightly mature types. If it can trigger their maternal instincts, you shouldn't have a problem selling them.
そんなこと言われても。
Kazu was completely crumbling apart. Just go out and try. I know you can do it. If you don't, we'll be paying for it, you know? You don't want that, do you? So give it a shot.
どっちもやだな。
Why? I couldn't get anyone to pay attention to me. And in the worst case, some of the people I called out just screamed and ran away. Ouch.
やっぱり見かけが怖いのかな。頭ピンクだし。
How dare they judge others by appearances? I didn't go on your end, Katsu. I saw you look at me for a while. Are you actually selling any?
なかなか声かけづらくて。
Don't make me embarrass myself alone. Go out there and embarrass yourself.
ひどいな、それ。
Although he complained, Katsu left and melted into the crowd. Well, beggars can't be choosers. I'll call out to whoever's nearby. Do you have a moment?
私？
I called out a little straggly girl who was about to pass by. She looked just like a student on her summer break. Do you have any interest in rock or live performances? I'll be performing this weekend.
興味ないです。
Oof. She waved me away and tried to leave. Ah, hey, wait.
何よ。あんまりしつこいと人を呼ぶわよ。
Fair enough. Come on, there's no reason to yell. I just...
誰か来てく
Hey, stop that. I'll pass my turn and looked at this. If someone new saw me right now, they do essentially misunderstand.
Oh,
There it is. Ah. That's best though. Sheesh. You gotta ask normal questions, but then again, who knows how he is questioning physically, I guess. Is Yui here? No. What is she doing? What is she going to think of the situation? Oh no.
本田君、またいきなりキスでもしたの？ひどい。
Shidoi. You're wrong. I tell you what I want to kiss is Yui. It's not what you think. Nope. That's not what she's gonna think. If that happens, I'm done for. I'm done for. I'm done. I'm taking the urge out with me. Alright, Frieza.
あれ？本田？なにあんた、こんなとこでナンパなんてしてんの？
Maejima just has to see something she shouldn't.
ナンパなの？本田君もナンパとかするんだ。
Yui, don't get the wrong idea. I don't flirt. Besides, who would flirt with this girl?
こんな女とは何よ。
Well, that's what you get for being rude. Shut up, you're distracting us, so beat it.
なんですって？よくわかんないけど、あんた鬼畜ね。
Well, she was rude.
そうちゃん、そうちゃん。あれ？どうかしたの？
The way it sounds, I mean, he succeeded a little bit. Kazu returned to find me arguing with a girl he didn't know.
ああ、カズも一緒だったんだ。
あれ？ゆうちゃんにゆいちゃんだ。
Kazu must have heard us before since she smiled now.
そうだ。そうちゃん、
Hey,
チケット2枚売れたよ。
what? You sold them? 2 of them. You sold 2? I'm trying to start and can't even sell 1. But he just sold 2 in only 5 minutes?
たまたまそういうの興味あるって子たちに声かけちゃったみたいで、ライブするって言ったらぜひ来たいって。
I see. You were lucky. I gave him that reply, but I didn't understand it. Was it really just a coincidence that it went well for him?
ねえ、彼って君の知り合いなの？もしかして同じバンド？
うん、そうですけど。
That fucking hoe.
そうなんだ。私、チケット買ってあげてもいいよ。
What? Weren't you just about to call the cops? Why? She's a hoe.
チケット2枚売れたの
For
は
the streets?
偶然じゃないみたいね。うん、和樹くんってモテるよね。
Is that how it is? But our cuz and I, that different? I don't get it.
そうちゃんすごいよ。
Well,
また売れちゃった。
to be honest, you can be a crude kind of a guy. So, wow.
この調子ならカズは完売するんじゃないの？あんた売り残したら赤っ端よ。
Who won't sell any? You want? Damn it, I'm going to sell every last one of them. No, you won't. I acted haven't said those harsh words, but it's really hard to get someone to buy something. At this rate, maybe Ibuka and Matsushita are having trouble too. Nope. I get the check on them, but...
チケット全部売ったけど。
What? Really? Yep.
俺も一応全部売れた。
Well, that confirms it. Nobody in this whole wide world likes you, dude. Well, yep, that's right. Nobody likes you. It seems Ibuka and Matsushita both sold all of their tickets. How can this be? Afterwards, Kazuma also sold a few more, which means I'm the only one who hasn't sold any? How could this be? Why am I the only one who can't sell any?
俺に聞かれても知らないよ。
でも2人ともすごいよね。何かコツとかあるの？
別になんてことないけどさ、俺が出るって言えば見に来たいって子はたくさんいるからな。
檀家さんの中にもバンドを組んでいるという人たちがいたのでな。何枚かまとめて買ってもらえて助かった。
Nice. So Ibaka sold them to his wild fans and Matsushita sold them to the families he knew as expected? Kazu looks like he sold a few here and there, so he should be able to keep that up. Which leaves me as the only one who can't sell any. What the hell does this mean? Must there some kind of revolution in this country? No, it's just no one's a fan of you. Even if you don't show your personality, apparently.
っていうか本田、
Wow.
お前って友達全然いないのな。
I do, right here. Oh, what? I bought it at Kazu.
ああ、うん。僕、友達。
他にはいないのか。
My list of friends begins and ends with Kazu.
それ始まってないだろ。終わってるぞ。たくしょうがねえ男だな。
Just Honda. Kazu actually managed to sell some. Ibuka held his hand out towards me and beckoned for something. What?
チケット貸せ。お前らの分のチケット、俺が売ってやるよ。
え？本当に？
Kazu was overflowing with joy. He was still planning to hand them over. Why is he only fast at times like these?
欲しがる女の子はまだいくらでもいるからな。もうちょっとチケットがあればよかったのにと思ってたところだったんだ。
そうなんだ。じゃあちょうどよかった。ね、そうちゃん。
Hey, Kazu, don't look so happy. You're pathetic.
ほら、女も出せよ。お前は丸々残ってるんだろ。
Ibuka motioned me to hurry up with his hand. I didn't even doubt whether or not I would hand them over. I'll be fine. I don't doubt this offer.
いいってなんで？
I'll sell them on my own.
ほう。
Ibuka gave me an appraising look. I didn't like his I don't get out of the way attitude.
そうちゃん、強がらない方がいいよ。お金のこともあるけど、たくさんの人たちに見に来てもらえた方がいいじゃない。
No problem. I will sell them all.
そうちゃん。
Kazu's voice sounded pathetic. I know what he says might be right, but relying on him felt like supplying an enemy. I have my own pride, and it would be irritating if the whole audience was full of girls to hang on to Ibuka. I want my own audience there. It's alright. I will find a way to sell them all. There's still time left.
まあそういうことなら俺はどっちでもいいけどな。本当に大丈夫なのか？売れ残ればお前が被ることになるんだぞ。
Yeah, no problem. Hurdles in my way just get me more motivated. I'll break through this obstacle in no time.
わかった。そうちゃんがそう言うなら、僕も付き合う。
You don't have to join me in acting tough, Kazu.
強がりと認めたか。
Shit, I let the truth slip.
そうちゃん一人だけじゃ心配だもんね。僕も付き合うよ。
早川は物好きだな。
俺は気持ちはわからないでもないがな。
I felt like Matsushita and Kazu were connecting again. Their personalities are different, but perhaps they had the same possession.
でもそうちゃん、どうやって売る気？何か考えがあるの？
Yeah, leave it to me. By leaving it to me, well, leave it to me to pay for all these tickets. Way to go, broke. Depending on how you use this alcohol, can be a medicine or a poison. I drank many times before, but I only lost my memory once. I have no idea what happened during that time, but when I came to, my wallet contained a concert ticket and a place of the money I had before. I guess someone I knew recommended that I buy the ticket. I don't have any recollection of it, so I don't know. I don't know, though. Huh? That's... okay. Either way, I learned that alcohol can do that to a person. That's why we're here now. Sup? Super regulators! Yay! Ah, okay. You're working.
どうも。
Or... we shall see. The dragon customers gave us curious looks. I'm not good at being an MC, so I don't know what to say. I thought that the original will just skip because, well, he failed to sell the tickets and he didn't have any money anymore, so here we are, they are working and stuff. But I guess not. The dragon customers gave us curious looks. I'm not good at being an MC, so I didn't know what to say. Oh well, as long as you listen to us, we'll be fine.
僕たち、こんなところに出入りしちゃっていいのかな
Customer was cowering already. He was worried about students like us entering a bar. It's not like we're here to drink, so we'll be fine. Kazu, you're too serious.
別に真面目ってわけじゃないけど。
Kazu didn't like being called serious or diligent. That's just how serious and diligent she was. Well, don't worry. Maejima introduced us to this bar. It seems Maejima knew about this bar because her older brother used to work here. She's even worked here a few times when she was low on money. Oh. So with that connection, Maejima introduced us to this bar. When I asked if it was okay to sing at this bar, the owner laughed and gave us permission. Must think we're an amazing band too after what her brother did. Well, we'll be one day, so no problem. We'll be performing live this weekend, so if you like our music, please buy a ticket. The customers didn't respond. They're not very excited for a bunch of drunks. Still, I'll have to forget about that. Kazu, let's do it.
うん。
Then I glanced at the shepherd and began performing. Our first song, Sabiles again. Since Kazu said we should start out with one people can recognize. I wanted to perform our own original song, but we haven't even made one yet. Jesus Christ, man. I definitely want to have an original song for the final performance, so we should create one soon. I sang as much as I could while I strummed my guitar. I tried to go a little fast, so Kazu was having a hard time keeping up with me.
そうじゃん。ちょっと早いってば。
Kazu said something, but I wasn't stopping now. It felt like the core of my body lit on fire, like the whole world started to move slower. When I was a kid, I got hit by a dump truck once. At that moment, everything around me moved in slow motion, just like it was now. I was moving slow? Too slow. Why was I living such a small life? If I didn't hurry and try to live more, my life was going to pass by in no time. I have to be faster. I have to be more intense. More!
おー、せぞ
Okay. Tired, sir. The guttural voice of a drunk brought me back to reality.
やめろ、下手くそ
One of the drunks from the table started cheering. Kazu was ready to look towards me, but I didn't mind it. They were drunk, so someone was going to cheer.
引っ込め
I hear the sound of something whiz by, and the corner of my slow motion world after a light glint of something. That would be an empty glass. A bear. Empty bear glass. Wait. Or not. The sharp, high-pitched sound of something metal being hit echoed at the bar. Kazu started playing his guitar. An aluminum ashtray lay at his feet. Ow. It didn't have any ashes and it hadn't hit anyone, so there was no damage. But after that, the entire atmosphere of the bar changed. Some people started shouting their cheers, some stood up and danced, and others came towards us picking a fight. Shut up! Quiet down and listen, you bastards! I couldn't take it anymore and yelled back at them.
そうちゃん、そんな喧嘩売るようなこと言っちゃ。
てめえらの方がうるせえんだよ。下手くそな演奏やめやがれ。
うるせえ。酒がまずくなるんだよ。
やりたきゃ幼稚園でも行って演奏しな。ガキはガキ相手にやってろ。
What did you say? What are you calling shit?
確かにへったくそだ。
After that, the whole store filled with a damn chant of "You suck! You suck!" I couldn't even perform anymore. Why are all these uninterested customers suddenly banding together? I said for you to shut the hell up. You should listen when others perform for you.
なあ、下手くそな演奏聞いてられんかったんだ。さっさと出てけ。
You bastards! I got pissed at a kid that chair beside me. The chair went flying and crashed into the table beside us, knocking out the glasses and spilling their drinks.
てめえ、何しやがんだ。
すいません。
Kazu panicked and started wiping their table, but the drunk came after me.
何がロックだこの野郎。日本人なら演歌だろうがこの下手くそが。
Before he punch Honda. What is Enka? I listened to some examples and that's not what the hillbilly ever do. Nope. Who the hell would dare play Enka?
いや、演歌もいいですよね。
Kazu, what damn side are you on? Besides, who the hell are you calling shitty? Maybe your ears have gotten rotten.
何？下手くそ下手くそって言って何が悪いんだ。俺が手本見せてやるからギター貸せ。
The drunk reaches his hand out for my guitar. I brushed his hand away. However, what I meant to be a brush became a slap as I reacted fast.
ちゃ、この野郎、殴りやがったな。
I just brushed your hand away. You're just pretending like it hurt.
逆に向かってこの野郎。
Alright, bitch. The drunk took a swing at me. I easily dodged his fist and it went sailing through the air. As the drunk lost his balance, and Kazu tried to step in and break us apart, the fist he tried to swing at me connected with Kazu's head.
あったたたた。いった
てめえが飛び出してくるから悪いんだぞ。
You dipshit! And I meant a drunkard? Especially? Hey, that's not how you should respond. Apologize to Kazu.
あ、そうちゃんダメ。
Kazu's slow even at moments like these. I slipped out of Kazu's hands and grabbed a hold of the drunk. Everyone in the guild doesn't like us. Come outside with me. I'll take you all on. Whoa. Ow. So, about why I'm lying here in the garbage. Okay, the entirety of the bar.
そうちゃん、大丈夫？ほら、捕まって。
Kazuki grabbed my hand and pulled me up. Finally, I was able to stop being trash and start being human again.
うわぁ、ひどい怪我。口、すごい切れてる？
This is not... Ow. Oh. So, how did this happen again? I was supposed to come out here, punch a few guys, and feel better. How did I end up lying there like a torn-up dust rag? Well, I don't think anybody has powers to take an entirety of drunk people from a bar.
仕方ないよ。あんなにみんなゾロゾロ出てくるなんて思わなかったもんね。
I got carried away and said everyone, but there were over 10 people who came out after me. I thought they were most, not all of them, at the very least. I thought they were mostly onlookers, but they were all out to get me. I really am the type of person who's easily hated.
あんなみんなで寄ってたかってなんて卑怯だよね。
That's how it usually goes. I would have done the same in their position. Are you alright, Kazu?
うん、僕は大丈夫だけど。ごめんね、止められなくて。
No, I'm just glad you're alright, Kazu. Kazu's body isn't as strong as mine. I could also tell that the drunks were all after me and only me anyways.
何がいいのよ。よくないわよ。
I turned towards the ways. I could see the two silhouettes with the neon lights of the night city shining behind them. One was the girl who just spoke, Maejima. The other was backlit by the lights, but I could tell from just her silhouette. Yui?
本田君、大丈夫？
Yui came running up to me and brought her face so close I thought she was going to bump into me. Hey, Yui. She was way past the 2-meter limit. She must have just gotten out of bed because I smell a gentle, pleasant fragrance, okay? Yui, Yoing. How did this happen? Yui was the last person I wanted to see me looking like this pathetic. I could barely look at her.
本田君、ひどい顔。
Yui stared at me with a great concern. Her pitiful expression made me feel guilty for looking away. This is nothing. I just looked away and wiped my mouth. I got blood on the back of my hand. My mouth was cut pretty bad and the pain was terrible.
まったく呆れるわ。チケット売ろうとしてどうしてこんなことになるのよ。
Maejima was amazed. Oh yeah, she introduced me to this bar, so I just smeared her reputation too. Maejima, I'm sorry. After you took the trouble of introducing us to this bar.
まったくよ。後で私とちゃんと謝りに行きなさいよね。
Of course. I couldn't argue this time. Maejima wasn't as persistent as she usually is either. Maybe it's because I honestly admitted I was wrong.
まあ、今日のが本番じゃなくてよかったじゃない。ラッキーって思っとけばいいわよ。
I could tell she was trying to comfort me, and I was grateful to her, but that made me feel so pathetic I nearly cried. However, I didn't want to look any more disgraceful than I already did, so I held back my tears.
ねえ、本田君、チケットを私たちにも売ってくれる？
Yeah, but, well...
別に同情とかで言ってるんじゃないよ。私たちだって本田君たちのことを応援に行きたいんだから。
Aww.
それとも本田君は私なんかには見に来てほしくない？
Obviously it does. How could I not want that? Half the reason I'm doing this is for you.
それならね、お願い。
Yui put her hands together and pleaded with me. If she asks me like that, then even I can't continue to be stubborn about it. Alright. I obediently handed over the bundle of tickets. Yui took out several of them. Hey, why that many?
みんなと一緒に応援行くからね。数も出しなさい。全部ってわけにはいかないけど、女子軽音部のみんなで行けば結構さばけるでしょ。
Maejima pulled a wad of tickets out from Kazu's bundle. That left us with just a few tickets.
あとは自分で何とかしなさいよね。ま、そのぐらいなら被ってもなんとかなるでしょうけど。じゃあ、はい。これ。
In exchange for the tickets, Yui handed us a brown envelope. I looked inside. I found enough money to pay for all the tickets to talk. As
みんなから預かってきたお金だよ。
wow. So Yui and Dan planned this from the start? Otherwise, how would you have this much money on them? I guess those shoes saw through everything. I felt like I was losing all my strength.
チケットは私たちがちゃんとみんなに渡しておくからね。ライブ頑張ってね。
Wow.
ほんとよ。みっともないステージだったらただじゃ置かないからね。
If Anda's selling back his tears, I think I won't be able to, though.
頑張る。二人ともありがとね。
Yes, it wasn't the verge of tears. I was ashamed of myself, but I had to admit I was happy. Well, we repaid this debt with our performance.
頑張って。
Thank you for not being your usual self, Honda. I didn't want to embarrass ourselves on stage after Yui helped us like this. That all I meant there was still things left for us to do. Selling our tickets wasn't the end of this. We had just formed our band. We still lacked practice, and we didn't have many songs to play. Also, everyone else wanted us to have at least one original song too, so we quickly set to work on composing one. When we finished playing, and an easy mood filled the air. The original song we pieced together super fast was finally complete, somehow. It may be a crude song arranged with lyrics such as Souta as we played, but it was our first original song. And what? The mood wasn't easy, it was not great. I think it was well done considering the time it took, but still, what was this odd feeling I had? Was it the music? The lyrics? The song? I couldn't shake this feeling. Worry? What is it?
どうかな。
Kazu looked at us uneasily. No one answered him. No one knew what to say.
なんでみんな黙ってるの？
いや、まあ悪くはないんじゃないか。
悪くはないな。悪くはない。
Really? Right? It's not bad, right? The only thing we could see was that it wasn't bad. Everyone agreed because it wasn't bad. But that's not good enough either.
なんでそんなみんなして悪くない悪くないって。
Kazu was going more worried. I think he felt the same thing going. What do you think, Kazu?
僕は悪くないとは思うけど。
Maybe it's just that. It's just not bad. So the same for you, from you. With everyone saying it wasn't bad, it felt like people were trying to convince themselves of something. I did think that it wasn't bad, but to be straight, it was average. The song was too average. There wasn't anything about it that was bad. It was inoffensive and could appeal to any listener. Is it alright to call that complete? If it's average, I think you obviously need to work on it a little more. Isn't first songs usually end up like this, just an excuse? But we don't have any time left. Well, that's... all that's left is energy. Energy! The other performance will make up for it with energy.
だよな。こういうのはノリだもんな。出来自体はアマチュアのバンドならみんなこんなもんだって。
Yoing.
何にしろ初めてのことだからな。今回は月末の本番前の腕試し的な要素が大きいのだろう。ならば細部にはこだわらず、とにかくやってみることの方が重要なのではないかな。
Yeah, now that's a temple sound for you. Well said. Right. Well, we weren't aiming for perfection this time. This is just practice before we actually take the stage of the contest. We shouldn't worry about it. Well, at least our covers are starting to sound pretty well. Well managed.
ま、いざとなったら俺のビジュアルとベースソロでなんとかしてやるさ。
Yeah, that's pretty true. Yeah, you got it. Let's do this.
檀家の方たちは張り切って盛り上げに来てくれるそうだ。きっと盛り上がる。
みんながいるから頼もしいな。バンドっていいよね。
Cats has found its own tiny little happiness to enjoy. But that's all we need. There's nothing to fear. Tomorrow we'll be performing for just 20 minutes. I could even fill that slot with 20 minutes of my guitar solo if we had to. How can we not do this with pride? That's right, we'll manage, we'll be fine. Sure. Kira curtain call.